Hello and welcome to another edition of the Pacers Pride Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Emerson, and alongside me, as always, my good friend and co-host, Dylan Dienhart. Dylan,
hello.
How you doing this week? I know the Purdue loss probably had you a little
mentally and physically exhausted, but what else is new?
cold.
My hands are cold a little bit.
Yeah, it is 30 degrees outside, so...
I mean, it's Indiana. It's...
Yeah,
but we're supposed to get consistent 50s, so that's something to be excited about.
Yeah, I saw the weather this week. It's supposed to be like in the 50s, 60s. Thank God we didn't get any of that horrendous snow.
Yeah, it was like 6 inches where my parents live.
Yeah, I saw some of my family in Indy and back home in Crawfordsville. They got like 3 to 6 inches. It was just ridiculous. And they're like, "How much did you get up there?" I'm like, "We didn't get anything." It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I was tired of sweeping my car off, so I was happy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, well, gonna get right into it here. The Pacers had a pretty good week. They went 2-1 with wins against the Lakers and the Clippers. Only loss was a very close game to the Pelicans. So we're gonna recap those games and then preview the Pacers games this week. So let's get straight into it. The Pacers on Monday played host to the Los Angeles Lakers, and we finally got to see Lonzo Ball.
Yeah. We got to see the true Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, hopefully. And Pacers won 110-100. Pretty good game all around for the Pacers. The Lakers held their own for the longest time.
This isn't like a joke Lakers team like we've seen the last couple of weeks.
No,
They beat Miami, or not Miami, Cleveland, candidly.
Yeah, they're starting to put it together and show what they can possibly be. So maybe trying to lure, who knows, free agents.
PG, LeBron, Russell,
all those guys. After the first quarter, Pacers, they allowed 37 points to the Lakers, and I was like, are we really going to lose to the Lakers again? But
especially at home.
Yeah. But the Pacers just, after the first quarter, basically took control of this game and scored 28 points and 35 points in the third quarter, which really kind of shut the door, The Lakers made a little bit of a run in the fourth quarter, but it just wasn't to avail as the Pacers walked away, as I said, with a 110-100 victory. As usual, this was a really good game. Miles Turner continued his pretty good stretch of play. There was one game, I think it was the Pelicans loss, and there's a couple games in here he scored single digits, but overall he finished this game with 21 points, 7 boards, and 2 blocks. Thad Young, I feel like we never talk about him.
He's kind of gotten lost in the translation lost in transition for a couple of weeks now, but he's been putting up spectacular numbers.
Yeah, he always has been at least putting up 10+ points, and always seems like he's getting 6-7 rebounds. And he finished this game with 18 points and 9 boards. Vic had 20. Darren Collison, back in the starting lineup, I think this was his first game.
Yeah.
Back in the starting lineup, had 15 points and 8 assists. Really love to see him back in the starting lineup. I'm going to get into why here when we get into probably, I don't know, maybe the Clippers game, because he made some clutch shots down the stretch. And then off the bench, Lance had 16 points, and just the bench overall, you have Corey Joseph, who had 8. I think they're starting. Nate McMillan has started to say he's just going to go.
This was I know I saw Tony E say that this was a more solidified rotation in this game, and he said he wanted to go back to a smaller rotation and have players earn their minutes. I know in the next game we saw Glenn Robinson get minutes, and it wasn't he wasn't injured or anything. It was just more of who earned their minutes.
Yeah, so. Nate McMillan, I've heard him say, likes to go with a 9-man rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Especially probably when Sabonis gets back,
he'll take some of Booker's minutes, I would assume.
Yeah, or
Jefferson.
I would think more of Jefferson, and we won't see Big Al. We'll probably see a bit more of Glenn, I would hope. He off the bench, we're not asking Glenn Robinson to do much, obviously.
No.
But since he's been coming back, since this team has just been playing fine, and I really love that he's just accepted that.
Yeah.
And he's not one of those players who's like, oh, why
Well,
should
he's missed a majority of the
Yeah.
season. He doesn't have the right to say, "Oh, yeah, my spot." Like he's been out.
Well, I mean, he is. I think he's one of the longest tenured Pacers on this team.
Old Turner, I think.
Well, Turner and Glenn Robinson
And Lance.
Well, Lance has bounced. Lance has bounced. You could say that, but Lance has bounced around a little bit.
Yeah.
Overall, Pacers shot 49%, which is always great to see. Lakers shot.
Only missed a free throw, which is nice.
Yeah.
One free throw.
So good to see. It's because Thad didn't take any.
Thad's always good for one, but he'll miss the second one.
Yeah. The Lakers only shot 8 of 33 from behind the arc. Pacers didn't do too much better. Only shot 6 of 21, but the difference was just we were making more twos and probably getting to the rack a little more. Credit to the Lakers. The 3 players that continue to press the heck out of me. Brook Lopez is just, quietly, I think, one of the most quietly, I'm not going to say dominant.
Productive?
But productive would probably be the great word to say. He finished with 23.
I mean, he wasn't bad in Brooklyn. He just was Brooklyn.
I think he was really good in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's just, as you mentioned, it's Brooklyn, so you're not going to get much attention there. Kyle Kuzma, he's
underrated
a rookie, right?
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Underrated rookie of the year.
He's not going to get it.
No.
Probably not, but...
out of nowhere, really.
Yeah.
He's a second rounder, I think.
He had 27 points, 3 of 10 from 3, so kind of contained him there. And then Julius Randle is continuing to prove why
he's worthy of a max contract.
Yeah. We talked about this a little. I wouldn't be opposed to Pacers went after him.
Like I said, it all depends on what Thad Young does.
Yeah.
Because I would rather have Thad Young than Julius Randle.
And at this point, I think we've probably proven to Thad maybe
we're capable
of competing. So we can get into that like later down the line.
That's off-season talk.
Yeah, but I think we've proven enough to Thad to where he may consider staying, but who knows? If he wants his money, that's his choice. But yeah, Pacers won 110 to 100 as they should have, and improved their home record 24-13. They just play well in Baker's life because I don't know why. Every team should play well at home, and that's what happens. So Pacers moved the Pacers record to 41-30, and then we had the makeup game versus the Pelicans, and this game was nip and tuck through and through. Just the Pacers and Pelicans go back and forth. However, it was the Pelicans that got the better of the Pacers on this night, winning 96-92.
It hurts for them to rain on our parade like that.
Get out. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Of course you had to make that pun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pelicans were just dominant. I think the 2 players that stand out for me, obviously, you're going to have Anthony Davis.
And my boy.
And go ahead, praise your boy, E'Twaun Moore.
E'Twaun Moore.
Yeah.
Pulling another Ohio State versus Purdue game against the Pacers. I hate to see it against the Pacers, but overlooked E'Twaun Moore, and we'll get you every time.
Yeah, E'Twaun Moore had 23 points, 3 of 4 from 3, 10 of 15 from the field. Pacers killer Nikola Mirotic off the bench had 15 points. He was only 2 of 9 from 3.
That's
but
a miracle.
However, though, it's not what you shoot, it's when you make those shots, and I believe he had back-to-back threes.
Of course.
His only 2 points. I remember I got off work and was watching this game, I think the final 7 minutes or something like that, and he hit back-to-back threes to kind of just gain the momentum, all for the Pelicans.
Of course. I hate Nikola Mirotic.
Yeah, most of Pacers Nation does. Talking about the Pacers a little bit, Vic had 21, 7 of 16. His shooting struggles, we could maybe...
He's had up and down games where
he just hasn't been the most consistent player that we've
over
seen.
the last month, yeah.
And honestly, that's because I listened to I think Adam Freeman on the Locked On Pacers podcast say this, that teams are starting to trap Vic. and just like out. You know how Vic and
Single 'em
Miles
out, yeah.
or Vic and the center, whoever, like to run that pick and roll.
Yeah, and they just collapse both
Yeah,
of
they
them.
just collapse Vic off that pick and force Vic to pass it
Mm-hmm.
and force Vic to
Take tough
be
shots.
in not comfortable situations that he was obviously in the first half of the season. But he still had 21. Darren Collison had 11 and 6. Miles had 13 and 10. And then Bojan, we'll get into his game a little bit. He only had 9 points. He was in a little bit of a slump, but he found his game, obviously, against the Clippers. We'll get into that in just a second. Thad Young did not have a good night, 3 of 12. Pacers overall did not have a good night. Shot 36%.
And we still only lost by 4.
36%, yeah.
Says something about the team.
Yeah, it was really close throughout. As I said, the difference was the fourth quarter. They outscored us by 6. So, not much. And Anthony Davis, I think, hit a clutch fadeaway against Miles Turner, which Miles Turner was right in his face. There's not much you can do.
Good offense always beats good defense.
Yep. So, Pacers just did not have... This was a game that, you take it with a grain of salt. You had a good night.
I think the Pelicans just match up well against the Pacers. At least Anthony Davis just exposes a flaw in the Pacers defense because I think we're better at guarding better guards than we are at guarding better bigs because I just don't think Miles Turner has that beef and muscle to contend with the likes of Hassan Whiteside, Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins, and stuff like that, which is unfortunate, but we won't face them unless they make a miracle run to the championship, so we're done seeing them.
Yeah, we're done seeing the Pelicans this year. Pacers 7 of 22 from 3, so continued their shooting struggles a little bit. Pelicans shot, and the main difference, Pelicans just made shots. They shot 43% compared to, as I said, to the Pacers, around 36, 37%. Good thing, continuing if you want to take a bright spot from this game. 17 of 18 from the free throw line, Pacers, and they need to continue that because
free throws win championships. Along with defense, offense, and turnovers.
You don't say. Drilling us some basketball knowledge here.
You know what? I always sometimes charge people for this kind of knowledge, but I'll make an exception for this
Oh
case.
my gosh. But
not a lot of people know what I know.
Complete, really side note again. Vic had one steal in this game. He continues his streak of steals. I think I can't remember.
I think it's
how many
54.
How many consecutive games? It's definitely up there.
It's in the 50s.
He has a long way to go though. If he wants to be number one, because they were showing I think it was the stat maybe during the Pelicans game or the Clippers game.
Is it Oscar Robertson?
No, it was Chris Paul who has I think 109 consecutive games with
That's
a steal.
2 seasons.
Back when I think he was playing with the
Hornets.
The Hornets. And so Vic, you have a long way to go, but I have faith in you that he can maybe break it. But who knows? We'll see how that goes for Vic. I guess while we're on side notes, what I wanted to bring up about the Pacers in general, they have, if you look at the league leaders, Vic leads the league in steals. Darren Collison, I did not know this till a couple of days ago, leads the league in 3-point percentage. I think he's shooting.
Is he still among them because he's missed a couple games?
That's from what Chris Denary and Quinn Buckner were saying.
Okay, then yeah.
So I obviously trust them.
Yeah.
And then you have Miles, who I don't think he's leading the league in blocks.
I think he's a second or third.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
I think Kevin Durant right now has the lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
because I think he has like 2.7 blocks per game.
Here, I'm checking the stats right now.
Okay.
Miles Turner is third in the league in blocks. Anthony Davis is first. Vic leads the league in steals with 2.24 per game.
And behind him is
Paul George.
Yeah, it is.
I did. Okay. And then they have 3-point field goal percentage. It just says 3-point field goals. Come on. Field goal percentage. There we go. Yeah, Darren Collison leads the league at 45% from behind the arc.
Where's Curry?
Curry is...
He may have missed too many games.
That's what I'm thinking. Steph Curry is tied for 13th.
Man.
He is shooting 42%.
Is LeBron even up there either?
LeBron, he's probably in here.
Because LeBron at one point was ahead of Steph Curry, which I found funny.
Do not see LeBron
Uh-huh.
anywhere. But, yeah, Darren Collison continues. He's shooting 45%. Granted, I mean, if you look at this list, compared to most people, he's only taken 184 threes. Joe Ingles, and I'm just going to read the guys like right
Next
below him, has taken 416. Klay Thompson has taken 466.
It's not about how many you take. It's about the quality of the ones you make. So.
Yeah, and Reggie Bullock has taken 258.
Reggie Bullock's in there?
Yeah, Reggie Bullock is tied for third right with Klay
With the
Thompson.
Pistons?
Yeah.
That's more of a surprise than Darren Collison being there. Like, Reggie Bullock, man.
He's shooting 44%.
What a resurgence. Reggie Bullock. Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Then you have Korver, obviously, Bielitsa, Kevin Durant.
Bielitsa?
Yeah, Bielitsa from Minnesota.
All these people are ahead of Steph Curry in terms of three-point percentage?
Yep.
All right, that's...
The world we live in.
Yeah.
I guess so. But yeah, that's the kind of random statistic.
The
that
Splash Brothers are getting beaten by Reggie Bullock and Bielitsa. There's a new Splash Brothers in town, and it's not Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson is third.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, one of the Splash Brothers isn't holding his weight, so...
Yeah, but just Darren Collison goes to show he's consistent from behind the arc, obviously, and having a really good season. He's shooting 52% from two. Overall, shooting 57%. 57%?
Is he on a one-year deal? I'm not sure.
No, that's adjusted field goal percentage. Never mind. I have no idea.
I'm looking at Pacers contracts.
So, I don't think he is.
I thought we signed him to a one-year deal.
Well, if we did re-sign that man.
Darren Collison he's next year. He's got a 2-year deal.
2-year deal? Okay, so.
Oh, man. After next year, the only players that we currently have on the roster is Victor Oladipo. Domantas Sabonis is on a team option. TJ Leaf is on a team option. And Ike is guaranteed.
Well, you know we're going to re-sign Miles, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we're going to...
As of right now, Thad is on a player option for next year. Corey Joseph is on a player option.
Player option for next year?
For this offseason.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you and Thad Young, Corey Joseph, those are veteran guys. I don't know. Well,
I would say that I feel confident about Corey Joseph and Thad Young just because of the team chemistry I've been seeing out of them.
We'll see. I don't know who. I don't know. But you think we were going to pick up that team option on Sabonis?
Oh, I would
be
shocked because we have a team option on Lance and Sabonis for this offseason.
We're picking both of those up.
And Joe Young.
Oh, I don't know about Joe Young.
Glenn Robinson, it does not have a guaranteed contract this offseason.
Ooh, that Pacers have decisions to make this offseason.
I trust Pritchard. So.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, obviously, since he's made some hella moves.
And Trevor Booker's still. And, oh, God, I just look at the bottom. Monte Ellis is still getting $2 million until 2022.
Oh, let's not bring up that name.
That man is still on the Pacers roster, technically.
Oh, God.
The curse of Monte Ellis will never go away. He's like the ghost of Pacers present, past, and future.
Well, we could talk about contracts and all that in maybe an off-season episode. That'd be a really good topic of conversation.
It's a whole episode right there.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the Pelicans game. The Pacers did not obviously get the win. 96-92 is the final. They were 41-31, 17-18 on the road, which is right around 500.
I can't be upset with 500, in my opinion, at least.
No, I would like to see maybe a
couple
game
games
or two, but as you said, can't come.
Well, we got a lot of road trips, so
I'm going to get this 4-game Western Conference road trip about to start. So let's move on to the final game the Pacers had this week so far, and it was a nail biter, to be quite honest. I think I got off work again and was able to watch like the final 6-7 minutes, something like that, of this game. And it was really close. The Pacers ended up winning this game against the Clippers 109-104. One thing I will say about the Pacers, which I did not like, I think they had a 75-57 lead, like midway through the third quarter.
I'm assuming after the second halftime, because we had outscored them 31-25.
It was midway through. There was 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and then they come storming back to eventually take the lead. Midway through the fourth,
it's with the help of Lou Williams.
Yeah, 6th man of the year probably. I would.
Yeah, he always wins 6th man of the year. Him or Eric Gordon. So,
but they just kept trading the lead back and forth, and eventually, I think the two heroes of this game were Collison and Thad Young.
Bojan?
Because Bojan, obviously, I'm talking about late in the game. But yeah, real quick on Bojan, had 28 points, really bounced back.
3 of 6 from 3.
12 of 18, really shot it well too. Reason I'm crediting Darren Collison and Thad Young is because down the stretch, they were the ones hitting the baskets for the Pacers.
Okay.
Collison I think he took a screen from Miles, I believe, and hit a very deep I think his foot was on the line from behind the arc. And then Darren Collison, I think on the next possession, took another shot, and Thad Young got the O board and tipped it back in. So just really clutch baskets, and that's what I like to see. So, but no shame on Bojan, obviously, when he had 28 points and plus 19, which Corey Joseph had, and Lance. Okay, never mind. I was going to say every player had a plus minus, but that was not the case.
Yeah.
Pacers overall did a really good job of containing, I thought, DeAndre Jordan. And that was, I think,
Miles Turner suffered in the scoring column because of it. But
yeah, I mean, when you're exhausting all efforts on defense to probably stop him.
The lob, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically DeAndre Jordan's offense.
Yeah.
And that's why when he's wanting this max contract, I'm like, the dude's not worth it, in my opinion, because...
It depends on the offense he's with.
How?
Because if you need a rebounding center, I think he's not. Maybe not max.
I mean, you can't. The only offense you can count on him for is.
If you put him in Cleveland with LeBron, doesn't that make him really dangerous? Because LeBron can do, break him off the dribble.
Yeah, I'm just talking about Jordan's skill set overall.
Okay. His skill set is entirely based upon who he's around. Because if he right now with the team he's around, I think. Teodosic, I think that's how you say it. Teodosic. I think that's what's helping him right now. But Chris Paul always makes DeAndre Jordan better. Mm-hmm. He doesn't make a team better by himself, but if there's a good point guard with him, it makes him better.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him because
imagine if he went to Dallas, he would have been horrible.
Because you can't. I don't think you can leave him in late game situations when
hack a Jordan.
Yeah, because teams will just hack him and he'll miss free throws.
Well, he did make 2 of 2 today.
Oh boy, but that free throw makes me sick watching his form.
It's not as bad as Shaq's.
No, it's not. But it's still, it's just atrocious. But back to the box score. Really, the Pacers overall. Obviously, you're gonna have Lou Williams, who played 36 minutes off the bench. With 27 points. He went off, and they had, 6 guys in double figures? Yeah. So they shot the ball a heck of a lot better than the Pacers did. They shot 55%. The Pacers only shot 46%. However, difference was not the threes. They hit 10, we hit 11. I just think the Pacers crashed the glass a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Got more opportunities.
Yeah. We had 14 offensive rebounds. They only had 6. So great job of crashing the glass by everyone. Thad had a double-double with 16 and 10. Darren Collison had a double-double with 13 and 10. And back to why I like Collison in the starting lineup is because he orchestrates this offense. He usually, I think, don't know what he's averaging on the season with assists. Let me look it up real quick. Only 5.4? Really? Okay.
Darren Collison?
Yeah.
Well, we missed 2 weeks, so that might help.
No, I just would have thought with we usually see him like put up 6, 7, maybe even 8 assists. So I thought his assist would be a bit
I think
higher.
Corey Joseph usually tends to dish out more assists, in my opinion.
But I like him when he's orchestrating the offense.
Can't wait for Sabonis to get back. I feel like all these scores would be a lot more in the Pacers' favor if we had Sabonis. Because he just makes the bench better.
And that's what I'm going to mention a little bit because I think the bench is kind of gone to the wayside without Sabonis. I don't know.
Well, it's because he brings a low post threat, which opens up the perimeter and allows other people to create space and everything.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. We're going to hopefully get him back today. There was a report out there that they said that, I actually retweeted it last night, said that he was been running 5-on-5s and stuff like that, and he is, I think, officially questionable. So hopefully we get Sabonis back.
If we see him, it'll probably be like restricted minutes, not more than 11, probably.
Yeah, maybe throw in Al Jefferson too off the bench, but we'll see. But Pacers were able to get the victory, 109-104 over the Clippers, 42-31, just 25-13 at home, and so it was a really good game. And now we're gonna start to preview, starting with tonight's game. The Pacers, it's a home game. They play the Miami Heat, and news for the Heat, bad news for the Heat. Hassan Whiteside will not play.
Don't say that with like a smirk on your face. Bad news for the Heat.
Well, I mean, it's bad news for them, good news for us. Yeah. So, hey, I'm not
going to complain.
As we're going to get into with Golden State game too, but I just think Pacers are kind of catching teams kind of at the right time with injuries.
We have the entire season, I feel like, because we caught Cleveland at the best time.
Who knows?
Though we did catch Detroit on a bad time because they killed us this season, and now they're not in the playoffs.
But yeah, speaking of the playoffs, the Pacers with a win tonight will
seamless transition, only by yours truly.
But
unintentional.
They will clinch a playoff spot tonight if they are able to knock down the Heat. Just take care of business against the Heat.
Cool down the Heat.
But I think overall the Pacers can get this one, especially with no Hassan Whiteside.
That'll make Turner's life a lot easier.
Yes, it will. Who is their backup center?
Bam Adebayo.
Oh yeah, that he's
Kentucky,
he's had a nice season. Overall, really, I
just like his first name, Bam, like the Bam Bam from Flintstones. Now I want Bam Bam Adebayo's head photoshopped onto Bam Bam from Flintstones.
But I think overall the Pacers take this one. I forgot they have Kelly Olynyk. That's cute. I forgot he existed.
Him and his man bun.
Oh, well.
Unless he ditched the man bun.
The injury report I'm looking at has Sabonis out for this game.
ESPN.
Very true. So don't know what that is, but we'll obviously keep you guys updated with Sabonis because he's been running 5-on-5s and stuff like that. So I would think he'd be questionable.
He's either back this game or next game.
Yeah,
is what I'd say.
We will definitely have Sabonis back for probably Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
I just think what is the season series on this one? Do they have us? Is it? I'm curious. Let me look.
We have lost them once, beat them once. Lost 1-1. Lost 2. So this would be we're 2-1. They're 2-1.
2-1
against us.
So this game's kind of important for the Pacers to
tie the season.
And
then we'll get the tiebreaker because of a better record. So
yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to quite worry about the Heat because they're
7th?
They're 8th, I believe, in the standings at the current moment. Come on, pull it up. Yeah, no, they're 7th. You're right.
Okay.
We are 3 games better than them right now, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry because
Shouldn't.
what I like about the Pacers is, yeah, if they lose one, they'll usually bounce back with they'll have like a 2-1 week, so they'll gain a game. So I don't think we're gonna have to worry about the Heat or my God, the Bucks are struggling.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna worry about like not making the playoffs.
No, I just don't think.
I'm pretty sure we've locked that up, unless Detroit goes on a like they've go undefeated.
The magic number is 1.
Yeah.
So if we don't make the playoffs after that, just abandon all.
Win one game.
Yeah.
That's your goal. Pacers win a game.
The teams that Pacers should be looking out for are the Sixers and Wizards.
Sixers are playing like great ball right now.
Yeah, they've won like 4 in a row.
By like double digits at least.
But if we win this game, we will be back in the 4th seed. It's just because they
want home field advantage.
Well, I mean, if we end up tying, we'd still get we'd get the 4th seed because, yeah, of the regular season. We beat them 2-1, I think.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to the Heat. I think especially no Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah.
Worry about. I mean, vintage D Wade maybe. I mean, he's been battling. He only played what did we say before the show? Like 19
minutes against OKC.
So I don't know if I think he's still coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And so Pacers bench will have to have fun. Oh God, Lance versus D Wade. Oh no.
Those bones aren't ready for the dance moves.
I would just love to see Lance put D Wade on skates or something like that. That'd just be beautiful. But I think they get the win.
I concur.
Yeah, just no Hassan Whiteside will be huge, and I don't think Bam is quite ready to
contain Miles.
Yeah, so and especially since Miles can stretch the floor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So get a win against the Heat hopefully tonight. That game is at 5. I'll be at work, so crap, I won't be able to watch it.
You might catch a bit of it,
but next game.
If I done with homework, that is.
Yeah, that's kind of an important thing since we're in college.
Yeah.
But
can't put it off that much longer.
Yeah. But the next game, Pacers will be facing
a team loosely resembling that of the Golden State Warriors.
Injury riddled.
Not as bad as Memphis, but still
Golden State Warriors. Complete side note. Did you see Memphis lose to Charlotte?
40-79, yeah.
Yeah, with Kemba just dropping like 45 or something like that. And I got a notification from Bleacher Report saying that the Grizzly players were laughing in the locker room. Yeah. Afterwards, I'm like...
That just pretty much sums up their season.
That's so... but anyway, back to the Golden State game. Steph, can we just take a second and praise our Lord and Savior, JaVale McGee, for landing on... I don't mean to sound like I root for injuries or anything.
Zaza Pachulia took out Kawhi Leonard, so it's karma. So.
Yeah, but JaVale McGee, if you've been sleeping under a rock the past couple of days, fell back on Steph Curry's ankle, I believe, and it was revealed that he had
his knee.
Was it his knee?
Yeah, he came back from an ankle injury. Now he has an MCL sprain.
Yeah, it's a grade 2, I think, MCL sprain, and he'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. So that means no Steph for
both of our games.
So it's always good news.
Questionable for the playoffs.
Who knows? Speaking of
Houston's just like celebrating in their locker room right now.
Just start to. But speaking of point guard injuries, I know we keep getting off track, but you hear about Kyrie?
Yeah.
And I think he's about like 6. Like the maximum was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Did you hear what it was? It was a tension wire in the back of his knee. That's
what on earth is that?
I don't know. Like, is this like some IndyCar, like NASCAR? Like,
I don't know what is.
Is Kyrie a robot that they had to like loosen some lug nuts in his like?
I have no idea. I just knew he went in for like minor surgery, is what they called it. But and
you never want to get surgery at this point of the season.
Yeah. So Kyrie's out. Also, could be maximum of 6 weeks.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, I am. But the thing with
champions.
The thing with Steph is he'll be reevaluated.
Yeah,
in 3 weeks.
There's no guarantee he'll be back in 3 weeks.
So who knows with that injury? Kevin Durant is up
Coming
in
off sore ribs.
is up in the air. He's practicing, but
Yeah.
he will not play against the Jazz, and that's third. I think they play against the Jazz today.
Yep.
And they don't have another game till Tuesday
play
when
'em.
we play. So, Kevin Durant may be up in the air. Hopefully,
Draymond will be there. Clay will not be there.
So, at best, they'll have Kevin Durant and Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And watch out for Quinn Cook.
Yeah. Quinn Cook, JaVale McGee, David West.
Oh, our good friend David West.
The retirement home is coming at us. So.
But I'm gonna say we win this. I know it's in Oracle.
Yeah. Tough place to win. I don't think the Oracle will be as loud because, like, oh, Steph Curry's not coming. We're not going to show up. So
yeah, but the last time they did not have Steph, and I don't think they had Kevin or Draymond or.
Well, they had Clay go off for 60. You mean?
No, I'm talking about the most recent game against I think the Spurs. When they only managed like 75 points.
Mm-hmm.
So their offense is obviously limited without those guys. Even if Kevin Durant comes back, if he goes off for maybe 30, maybe 40, I don't know.
Contain everybody else.
Just worry about containing everyone else. I don't see Draymond going off for like 20. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
20's on a good night.
Yeah, for Draymond, but I think we get this win.
I would say so. Depending on the injuries. I'll put a caveat, a little asterisk.
Yeah, it's definitely hoping Kevin Durant does. If Kevin Durant does not play, I think we win this game. I want to say hands down, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's in Oracle, so you never know how well Golden State plays in that building. So it's just. But I just have a gut feeling that we win this one.
Yeah.
So then the next game.
Then we travel to Sacramento.
Sacramento, and face the Kings and get to see Buddy Hield and those guys.
George wasn't there anymore.
I'm still going to give you crap for this. Your preseason
I thought
prediction.
Sacramento was going to be better than they were. Not
His
24
bold
and
prediction
49.
was Sacramento would get the 8th seed.
Well, now there's the 12th seed. So.
Hey, that's why they're called predictions,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for the Kings, just obviously terrible record, 24 and 49.
They're 30 and a half games back. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Their leading scorer is Zach Randolph.
Hey, he's having a resurgence there.
Yeah, 14 and a half points per game. Wow. Watch out, league.
So they play today against Boston, Tuesday against Dallas.
Oh, it's the Battle of the Bogdanoviches. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. What was the last time? I know we played them. I'm trying to go through the last time that we saw them.
I know we saw Bogdan in the Rising Stars.
Have we not seen? Oh, yeah. It was back on October 31st. So basically,
on Halloween.
Yeah. And we won 101 to 83. Leading scorer in that game was De'Aaron Fox, only at 18. Okay.
Didn't we win?
Yeah, we won.
Okay. Yeah. So you just said that. Oh my God.
It's okay.
It's early.
It's early, and
it's not. It's almost noon.
But hey, whatever. But yeah, you had skepticism before this game. You want to say why?
I just think we could possibly drop a road game. I wouldn't be surprised coming off of Golden State victory. We just come off a little too cocky against the Sacramento. We get caught off guard. I could see it happening, especially on a road trip. It is the middle game, so maybe it's not as likely, and maybe it's more likely that we lose either at LA or Denver. But I could possibly see Sacramento losing, but the more I think about it, I don't think we will. If we do, I'll be really sad.
Yeah, I think
Sacramento's just pretty much given up on this season.
Honestly, I see Bears going 3-0 this week.
I could see it doing 3-0 too.
With obviously the asterisk being next to Golden State. Who knows? What is their record? Just out of curiosity, what's their record?
They're second right now behind Houston at 52.
What's their record at home?
17.
At 28-8.
Yeah.
At home, so they obviously get up for these type of games
and get down with the sickness.
Just stop! Oh my God! But The Warriors, they don't have an easy test because they play. I think they play the Jazz. Is it today or Tuesday? Today, and then us on Tuesday. So then Milwaukee's no joke on Thursday. So kind of
Giannis versus Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
That'd be fun to watch.
We'll see how that game goes, but obviously I think they could be coming in off a loss.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be hopefully coming in off a win, so maybe building some momentum. But I see the Pacers going 3-0. Are you going with 3-0?
Yeah, I'll go 3-0.
Okay. So it's always good to have a perfect week, and
especially coming down the stretch.
Yeah, we will definitely keep you guys updated as far as how well they're doing. I want to give a quick shout out to Ian, who I know I've mentioned his name before on the show. He live tweets our games. Ian, I know you're probably not listening, but thank you.
He definitely is not listening.
I mean, he's probably still asleep.
Yeah.
I think he's in college too, so
yeah,
probably catching up on sleep. But
I don't blame you, man.
Thank you so much for live tweeting our games. I know, especially as we come down the last month and a half of school or whatever, we're all busy. But thank you for taking time out of your day to live tweet the games for us. We greatly appreciate it.
Yep.
Still, want to share some news with you guys. I am working vigorously to maybe get a Pacers player.
It's gonna be hard now.
Yeah, especially you see that email I tagged you in, right?
I did not actually.
Well, I CC'd you in an email because our good friends at Locked On, Tony and Adam, they recommended the Pacers. Emailed the Pacers media lady, I think, who's in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
when did you email that to me? I
don't think I ever got it. A couple days ago. I'll show it to you after the show. But we're working hard to maybe get that. I know it's, especially with the playoffs, grinding, and I even said that in the email, it's going to be hard. But just trying to maybe bolster the show a little bit because we've had good guests with Locked On and Jeremiah Johnson and those guys, and the next step up for us would probably be wanting to get a player on the show, any player regardless. We're not asking for like Vic or Miles or anyone, but just it'd be cool.
We're a humble little podcast.
Yeah, we're just in here in our humble abode.
Yeah,
and just trying to get some good content out for you guys. So always looking to improve. So just that's where we're at right now. But we'll be back here next Sunday.
As always.
Easter Sunday.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I forgot. Next Sunday is Easter.
I mean, I won't probably be here.
I will be here.
If you want to do a solo show, you can.
I may. I don't know.
Because I was invited to a family event, and I would
No, that's perfectly fine. I understand it's Easter, and so I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
you might kind of find Cody here.
I may just be in here rambling for.
I'll have to set a timer.
But yeah, I will probably may try and do it. So
by the way, I'm still winning the bracket challenge, so all you scrubs.
Oh yeah, that bracket challenge. I was hoping for more people, but I mean
it's all right. I would have beaten them anyway.
Well, yeah, because you still have Villanova.
I am currently 120 points ahead of the second place person.
Well, congratulations. You'll get, as I said, you'll just get bragging rights.
I love me some bragging rights.
So,
I'm also ahead in the Cardinal Sports Live one.
Well, okay. Well, good.
Take granted that's not how the scoring goes.
Good for you then. But yeah, until probably next Sunday when you'll probably just be seeing my beautiful face.
Yeah. I apologize in advance.
Yeah.
I can't deter it away.
Yeah, I'll need to probably put on some makeup.
I'll print out a cutout and you can just put him in the seat.
Just get a cardboard cutout of Dylan.
Yeah.
And just put him right there. But yeah, until next week when, as I said, probably just be me. But for Dylan Deanhart, I'm Cody Emerson, obviously. Keep watching the Pacers. We'll keep you updated this week. They'll clinch a playoff spot. They better clinch a playoff spot this week. It's only one game. We're asking for one game, Pacers. Come on.
You've already won 40 of them.
Speaking of that, real quick, they've already matched their win total from last season. So,
hey, with still a month to go.
PG, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
But
do more with less, huh?
Oh boy, we just love trashing PG any chance we get.
Hey, PG, you want to come on the show?
Oh, my God. But, yeah, that's all we have for this edition of the Pacers Pride Podcast. As I said, for Dylan Dienart, I'm Cody Emerson. Have a great week, everybody. And, obviously, have a safe Easter because I don't know how many of you will be tuning in. But,
and traveling.
And traveling and stuff. But, until next week, go Pacers, everyone.